waking up an hour earlier, for getting in your car an hour earlier, for waking up and going, oh my gosh, it's dark out, what is that noise? It's my alarm clock.
Or silence, because that's another thing.
Or silence. So super excited about today's Fairy Fest Day. So first things first, I figured we could do is like we do every morning with our team meeting, is just go through some shares. So who's got awesome stuff going on? Who wants to share? Tracy?
I'm a brand new supervisor.
Yeah. Nice. Tell us who's your brand new supervisor.
Katie Nicholson. I posted her on the page.
Woo.
Yeah, she didn't make it today, but she's excited. She did the 12 months, literally 12 months to do it.
Wow, can't wait to meet her. Awesome.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Good.
Yeah, gross. What else? Sheila?
I'm sharing successes.
Yeah.
So I got a message from Jill yesterday, and they want me to do the product section at the STS in September.
Yes! So excited to see this entire group on stage in the next 6 months. Seriously. Awesome. What else?
I'm 2/3 done. 1/3 to go towards the qualification for our new promotion.
Yeah.
And I've been focusing on STS, and I know it's a lot far away, but I've been doing it from the first of the month, telling people there is STS on 23rd of the calendar, and I'm excited.
Awesome. Yes! Everybody knows about the new promotion, right? Does anyone not know about the new promotion? So we got these sweet Herbalife 24 dog tags. They're so rad. So if you're not a supervisor, so make sure your team knows this is 500 volume points. If you are a supervisor, it's 1,500 volume points. So all you have to do is help 3 people get healthy and then help 2 people qualify, and you qualify. Awesome. Are you guys stoked for that?
Yeah.
So we are out to make this like our biggest promotion yet. Awesome. Anything else? Awesome things happening that you want to share?
Well,
Ourselves
you may know,
back?
I just got back from Erie, Pennsylvania, and I had a blast. I was there for like, a little over 3 weeks, and it was amazing. I, got a few clients, re-inspired some coaches that was kind of slacking, and it was just a great trip. So it was a blast.
Yeah. Is that? Wait, is that how we? Let's try that again. Yeah! Awesome. Okay, cool. So, really quick, I want to acknowledge that we are, 9 days into the month right now? So almost a third of the way through this month. Who's feeling the momentum of August, guys? I feel like the end of July, everybody crushed it, and now August is like, right? So one thing that I'm super stoked about is I feel like as a team we really unified in what it's going to take to grow Long Beach, right? Everybody's out making more invitations. Everybody's committed to bringing more people to the events. Like really as a team, we're going to make this grow. And one of the things that's really going to keep everything running is not only our contribution of going out, making an impact in the community, bringing people here, our contribution of being here and bringing our energy, but also as leaders on the team, supervisors contributing products on Saturdays. Because without the contributions of the team, we don't get to pay rent, and also we don't have shakes for our clients after the event. So who has contributed for August so far? Awesome. So we would just love to just request that as the leaders of the team that if everybody could bring a protein drink mix, a tea, and a shake, that would be amazing. A small team, because that's really what makes this thing run. Right, so we've had this opportunity, we've got some people that actually front for the rent here, but it's up to us to really support them and making this thing grow. Do you guys find value in being here every Saturday?
Yes.
Absolutely. So this is how we get to give back as a thank you for the people. Can we give it up to who are our partners here at the Armory? So can we give it up for these 3? And this is big preparation, you guys, because as we grow, this is going to shift into our club. Right? Is everybody fired up about having our very own space? Right? So part of that is going to be our leadership team really stepping up and saying, yes, this is mine, I own it. If I don't bring contribution, if I don't show up, this thing doesn't run. So really every single person here, you matter, you make a difference in so many different ways. So speaking of making a difference, we have lots of leadership roles. For today, who's fired up for the workout today? So leadership opportunities. So who's our workout lead? Sheila. Sheila's got workout lead. So Sheila, how many do you need to support for the workout?
I just need my demo people. We'll do one bigger.
Okay, perfect. So is there anyone who'd like to volunteer to do the demos? You can also have another role, but Awesome. We got 1, 2. Perfect. So you guys know when she's demoing things to just go up. Awesome. Who's in charge of music? Yo, you're gonna be on Amy all day.
Yes.
Awesome. Sweet. And then registration, we need 1 or 2 smiling faces at the front door. You wanna do it?
When you go into the workout, I'll.
Perfect. Yeah, and once we start the workout, we really just need
Somebody
1. So
watch it. I'll watch
if Linka, if you want to just stay up there.
I'll stay.
Perfect.
Yeah, and I can help run if we need to.
Okay, I can help run because I can't work out. I hurt my back, so I'm still not allowed. So I'm allowed to pick on runners. That's cool. Unless someone else wants it.
But can you run?
I can walk.
Okay. Then you're fine, you're good to go. You can be a walker.
Shake makers! Shake makers! We got 2 shake makers. Awesome, let's give it a shake. Okay, Results Academy. I know we decided this. It's, we got the lovely couple doing Results. Try not to like make out in front of them. Jeez. Seriously. We'll sit together.
Nobody I know.
And then we have Quick Start today. Who's fired up for Quick Start today? Yeah! All right. So, sorry, Health Coach Boot Camp. Health Coach Boot Camp today. So I have down MC, but then this morning as I was writing this down, I was like, didn't we drop the MC role because we were making it less formal and we were just having people bring up the next person? No? Did I make that up? I make things up a lot. So can we give it up for Alicia as the MC?
Yeah,
Give it up for Alicia.
Time.
First time MC, she's gonna bring the energy. So
Bring
can
it.
we all like bring the energy back for her and
Yeah.
and all that stuff. And how about customizing a program? Customizing a program is yo, and then paying it forward is me. Is this guy? Give it up for me. And then we got moving up the marketing plan with Sheila. Stoked for that? It's actually kind of like a revamp of moving up the marketing plan. You guys are gonna love it. We do ask that if you're taking on roles, please plan on being here the whole day because not only is it important to bring the contribution, but also after the health coach boot camp, we go over what went well that day and what we're adjusting. So we really ask that you're going to be part of the well-oiled machine of running the event, that we're here to do some of the celebrates and fixes after. Cool?
It's the only place you really.
Awesome. And if that doesn't work for anybody, please let us know and we'll find someone else to cover your roles. Just is that not everybody good with that?
Perfect.
Okay, perfect. So who's fired up for this morning?
Yeah.
We have did I miss something?
Just recap on training.
Oh, yeah, who's excited to be in front of the room? Is everybody fired up about training? Like, oh my gosh, I would love to get up there. Oh my gosh, I'm scared to be up there, but it might be kind of cool. So, just so you know, for any of like the training opportunities, whether it's the Results Academy or to be part of the Quick Start, we're really looking for those people that are speaking with momentum. So we ask that you're hitting your cuts of active supervisor. 2,500 is really what allows you to get in front of the room. Not only here, but also at things like the STSs. We're really using this as your stage to prepare you for speaking on some of the bigger stages, right? So it's kind of like baby steps. So we would love more trainers. We want more leadership. Who's fired up about hitting their 25?
Yeah.
Yes. Almost there. Awesome. So we got an awesome morning. I don't want to take up any more time because we have a beautiful, wonderful, amazing, so inspired. I love this lady to death. We're in the academy together, and we have been working together for almost 4 years, which is crazy. And it's been so cool to see her like come into Herbalife and then see the vision and then just run with it. And she's been such a powerful part of Culver City and just such a massive impact globally. And I just look up to her so much. Like, you have no idea. Just such a powerful woman, a beautiful diva. She's going to bring all of her excitement and energy today. Can we please get on our feet and give it up for Yeah.
Wow.
Black chair.
Should I have a black chair? Yeah. My butt can turn white.
Make it happen. I'm just saying. so we want to-
Well, thank you, Kristen, for that amazing intro. So, I believe I know everybody. Everybody on Zoom. So, good morning, and it's really an honor to be here. It's such a great time, I feel like, to really launch your first supervisor school, and it's a big deal to me. So thank you for asking me to be here. Thank you for thinking of me, and I'm gonna bring it. My intention for this morning is definitely tell you my story. I know there's a lot of you who know my personal story, but really just talk to you guys about my journey. In September, mid-September, it's been 4 years, and I'm a baby compared to a lot of you in the room. I mean, friends Tracy and Linda and Kristen have been in here for 5+ years, and so they've definitely paved the way for people like us, and it's really an honor to be here with you guys. So my intention for today is definitely open up with my story and relate a little bit to you guys with my journey in Herbalife, but really just the intention is to think about, you guys are opening up a brand new city. And you're building a brand new region, a brand new family, and I'm so grateful with my journey in Herbalife because that's exactly what I did with the city office. And I was really fortunate to be a part of, I guess, the second generation of, besides Mark Addy, Jill Addy, Heather Schwartz, Jake Dwyer, the second generation, third generation of the who decided to really take on that leadership and contribute in such a powerful way to make a difference in the Addy organization. And it's so amazing because you guys have that opportunity here. And it's really cool to have this amazing space. I mean, how blessed are you guys to have this? First of all, this is amazing. And to really just talk about what it'll take from my experience to grow a massive region, to really talk about vision. What I want to do today too is more interaction. I don't want to talk at you for the next hour, but what do you guys see from Long Beach? There's so many different teams represented in this one city, and how will we come together as, just like they talked about in the shop, as a team Herbalife, one team, one family, to make the city grow like crazy. Okay? Yeah. So that's where we're going, and then towards the end, I'll draw out a really great training that Kristen was there for as well. We talked about the academy, and how really with Herbalife going towards the consumption-based model and massive, massive, massive results in the client base, how that's going to completely roll into you building your royalty check. So who wants to build a royalty check? Yeah. So I'll go ahead and start with my story. So I have been Herbalife September 1st, 4 years, and it's been an incredible journey. I came in and I said, this is what I wanted to do for this year. I said, this is really cool, this is fun, I love the vibe. My first event was a weight loss challenge, and Jill Addy invited me down, and I saw the weight loss challenge, and I saw she's up there talking about health and nutrition and impact and healthy active lifestyle, and the positivity in the room was so infectious. I had no idea what it was. I was sitting in the back of the room, and I was so excited just to see everyone happy and everyone getting fit. And it was that moment where I said, this is what I want to be a part of. I have no idea what this is, but this is what I want to be a part of. So then I sat with HOM, and then Heather Schwartz did my very first HOM, and I don't remember who the other person was, but I just remember Heather's big curly hair and her big smile, and I said I wanted to do it, but again, this is something that I wanted to do part-time. And to give you a little bit of background, I pretty much for 24, 25 years of my life, my goal was to be a lawyer. So I went through elementary school, high school, college, having to go to law school. And with that, it was really, I don't even know how I came to that conclusion, to be honest. The one moment that I remember
that I declared to be a lawyer was more the words coming out of my dad's mouth, who's had authority figures like, you'd be great at this, and then it becomes your dream. And I was so young, I was 12 years old, and I was daddy's little girl, and I just wanted to make daddy happy. And I said, okay, well, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. And I think as we went on and as I grew older, with education being key and society giving me the choices of doctor and lawyer, and those are the two best careers, and that's the true definition of success, I just went that route, and I kind of was on a autopilot mode. I really didn't understand what my personal passion was. I was always like the touchy-feely, happy, emotional person, but it was so funny that I actually chose a career that was the exact opposite, right? It was like you take your feelings, you take your emotions out of your judgment so that you can be successful. And when I finally came into an environment where all it was emotion and family and feeling, it was like I belonged. And the crazy thing about it was it took me a whole year and a half to understand that this is what I wanted to do forever. And I think it was that switch, or not that switch, but that idea of how can I switch my life right now? I spent thousands of dollars going down this one path. I spent years and years and years going down this one path. My whole family, all my friends know I'm going down this one path. How can I switch? And that's what kind of consumed me for a year and a half. There was this voice. You always, that little voice, like that gut feeling, hear it. Oh no, this is right. That's your intuition. And I wasn't listening to my intuition. I was listening to logic. And well, this is what I did, so this is why it makes sense. But my head and my heart were just conflicting throughout all of each other. So it wasn't until a year and a half later I actually got into law school, got into UCLA, and within that year and a half, the business was amazing. I had hit active role team by that time. It took me about a year to do that. And I had impacted a lot of people. My best friends were on the products with me, my family had my back, but they were like, that's great for now, right? It was more like, this is a great side gig. How's the law school thing going? How's the law school thing going? And I had big goals. I had big dreams. I remember I was like maybe 2 weeks into business, and Mark Addy was me behind the bar at the nutrition club. He was behind the bar, and I was sitting on the stool, and he asked me, he's like, what are your dreams? What do you want? And for the first time, someone asked me that, ever. It wasn't like this, well, how much money do you want to make, or what job do you want? It's just, what do you want out of life? What do you want your life to look like? And it was such a different question for me, because I had always, prior to that, looked at success as a career, for how much money I was making. But when he asked me that, I already knew what my life was going to look like. I said, I want a big house somewhere like in Malibu, in the hills. I can't wait to be a mom. I want 2 to 3 kids. And he was like, great. And he just kind of egged it on. And he was excited, but there was no, okay, great, this is what you got to do to get it. Kind of just activated that side of my brain of, what do you want your lifestyle to look like? And even then, 2 weeks in, he had that conversation with me. I still didn't see myself in Herbalife the rest of my life. They had just hit president's team, or they were in their final hit of president's team. So very successful. They're definitely making 6 figures a year. I didn't see it for me. That attitude at that time was great for you, but not for me. I didn't have the me too, because my view was so skewed from I gotta look good and I gotta follow what I had always said I would follow, or else people would judge me. I'm so worried about other people judging me that I didn't even take the time to think about, what does Leila want? And it was like, okay, I'm only 24 years old. I have the rest of my life to live. What does Leila want? But I didn't think about that. And then UCLA called me. So this was a great experience. I was a club associate at the time, to write down contribution. I contributed like starting from day one. Mark Addy was like, this is how we do it. He just told me the standards. And I walked into the standard I'll answer it. And I walked outside the club and I said, hi, this is Leila. And it was the dean of UCLA Law. He was like, hi, can this be Leila Jelloule? I said, yeah, this is her. And he said, this is Dean so-and-so, UCLA Gold Law. And he said, we got your application. And mind you, I had already been on the waiting list. So I didn't get in completely. I was on the waiting list. And I almost was like, wow, I might not be a lawyer, so Herbalife is my plan B. It was crazy. And so it wasn't until I was faced with that hardcore decision did I realize what I wanted. It was like my back was pushed against the wall. What do you really want? And he said, we want you, we're excited, come Monday. And my gut reaction was like, yes, oh my God, I'm so excited. Because that was a goal that I had worked for my whole life. And the first person I called was my dad. He was so happy for me, so excited. And then he said, go, it's going to be amazing. And the next person I called was my boyfriend at the time. And he said, and mind you, he was going to law school too. And he said, I'm so excited for you. Do you want to go? And so I really appreciate that question because I never have been asked, do you want to go? It was like, should you go? What have you been groomed to do? This is great for your life. I think you should go, right? And I didn't tap into what I wanted. And I said, I don't know if I want to go. And that really ignited that question in my mind and in my heart. And then I started thinking like visionary. And I'm very futuristic, very futuristic. When I make a decision, I don't think about what happens now. I think a year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. And so I go inside, I hang up the phone, I go inside, and the first person that I see was Tamara Shimoda. I love her with all my heart. And I said, Tamara, I need your advice. And Tamara's in her mid-40s. She's been in Herbalife now for over 5 years. So I wanted her wisdom and experience. And I said, you're unbiased. I can't ask my dad. I can't ask Mark and Jill. Like, just tell me what you think. And the first thing she says is, girl, I'm so glad I'm not 25 anymore. I know exactly what I want. And she said, so know that it doesn't have to be an either or. Know that you can build Herbalife while you become a lawyer, while you go to law school. And I said, okay, but in my heart, I knew that wasn't my answer. That wasn't my truth. And something was pulling me. And she said, and think about your life 10 years from now. Whatever path you take, what will your life look like 10 years from now? Immediately hands down, kids. Immediately hands down, like marriage, family, life, freedom. And I was like, if I become a lawyer, and I just thought about all the lawyers I knew, and all the doctors I knew, and corporate American people that I knew, and they, in the eyes of success monetarily, they were very successful. But in the eyes of success with time and health and freedom and family, it wasn't what I wanted. And then I thought about Herbalife, and I thought 10 years from now, and my gosh, it was so, I remember thinking, like, when I thought about lawyer, I already knew what my life would look like, typically, right? When I thought about Herbalife, and it's so crazy, but it was just like an open door. There was like endless possibility. I couldn't even imagine or picture my life 10 years from now, because in 10 years, like so much can happen. And so, to be honest, that was like done. The decision was done. I went home, had like a couple more conversations, and I had an interview or a meeting set up that Monday morning to Thursday night. And I just sent an email to the assistant. I said, thank you. And I remember I was like sitting there about to press send. I said, okay, I'm gonna do it. My boyfriend's like, do it. I'm like, okay, good. But it was scary. It was very scary because I knew that I had to let go of something good to find something great. And I had to get so uncomfortable. It it was scary. It was so scary to close a door that was kind of a guarantee of where I was going to be, and years of who I thought Leila was closing then. But it opened me up to the possibility of who Leila will be, and who Leila is, and who Leila can impact. And that was really the start of the Herbalife journey. And lo and behold, I thought Herbalife was going to be my plan B, when it was really the whole plan. And there was never a plan B to begin with, and if it was possible. It was me going the safe route or listening to other people's dreams because I was so scared to listen to my own. My own were so loud and so against social norm that it scared even me. So then the journey began, and it was interesting because as soon as I made that decision, cuts started happening. Like hit active world team, next month hit cuts and get, 10 months later hit cuts and mill. And it was because of that decision, and then I got to grow into my pin, and then I got to really build my membership, and I got to really see what kind of Herbalife member do I want to be for myself and my team and the company, because there are millions of Herbalife members in the world. But what kind of Herbalife member do I want to be? So if you can imagine, remember Dad, let's not forget what Dad thought. So I made the decision to not go to law school, and I called him up, and it was the hardest conversation. Telling Dad that I wasn't going to go to law school, and that was, my parents are immigrants. They came to the States when I was 4 months old. So it was a dream of theirs, the American dream, to be one of those two careers, right? And my dad kind of held back on how he really felt because he knew I was such a strong personality that I would just butt heads with him no matter what. But my mom would tell me the conversations that they would have on the back burner. And she was like, Dad's really upset, and Dad doesn't know why you did this, and Dad thinks it's crazy. And I realized now that my dad just wanted something that was secure. Being an entrepreneur and building your own business from scratch and from the foundation, it's risky, and it also can have the most gains than what you ever could possibly dream of in life. And with my dad coming to America, it was struggle after struggle after struggle. So what I realized is the people in my life who didn't really believe in what I achieved or what I wanted to do were the people that were just loving me in a way that I didn't really understand. And they were just really focused on having me be successful and safe and secure, and they were disagreeing with my choice, not because they weren't happy for me, but because they loved me more. So I think that was a big lesson for me, for the people who were like the naysayers and the dream stealers. It really was because, number one, they just wanted me to be happy and safe and secure, not struggle, and number two, I was probably igniting something in them that they were so scared to look at themselves. So luckily, my dad and my mom came just a couple of months later to really see what this was about. It was for Father's Day, or a couple weeks later, and they saw me in my element. They saw me training with Mark Addy, my mentor, and they saw me really talk about what I love to do. And from that moment on, they really understood. My mom was crying in the audience, and it was so awesome because Jake Dwyer went on in front of the room, and he had just hit his team as well. And he was like, and to Leila's parents, this is in front of everybody, right there, this is the nation. He goes, I know Leila's parents are in the room. I know she's going to be a lawyer. I mean, more than a lawyer. She's good. I was like, oh my God. But my mom was like, pretty much in the room. Afterwards, she said, I never so happy. And sometimes it takes people in our lives a little bit longer is and why it is that we made that choice longer than it took us to see it. So, I mean, I think really the theme of today is patience. And we're going to go into more about patience. But it's not like patience in building your business, but it's patience in really having the people around you understand, not that you really should care, but we care, right? We really care about it. But it's having patience for yourself to reach the dreams and goals that you want to reach. And it's having patience with people around you to catch up. You know, Jill always told me, it's like, you are where you are and you're waiting for everyone else to just catch up. Sometimes we move a little bit faster, our thoughts, our actions, our beliefs, our dreams, and it's scary to people. And when people they fear the unknown. They fear the unknown, and their first reaction is defense. And their first reaction is to put it down because now you've seen better. So it's going to be patience along with major. So needless to say, finally got my parents on board, and I told my dad, I said, Dad, just give me 3 to 5 years. In 3 to 5 years, if I'm not making more than a lawyer, I'll think about going to law school. And I knew that wasn't true. Just to tell my dad, you know, just to kind of like calm him down a little bit. And he said, okay. My mom was always on board. My mom was literally like the person, if you want to, I don't know, like sweep floors for a living, but that makes you so happy, go for it. And I really think of that. She was that one person in my life who I knew did not judge me. That one person. And when I told my dad that, I said, okay, I gotta go hard. And they were my why. I saw my dad struggle. I saw my mom struggle. You know, coming from Morocco and the Philippines, and in life, growing up, it was so awesome because I never thought we were poor. I never thought we were low income. So my parents were so financially savvy, and they knew how to save money, and they knew how to, you know, really put their money where it counted. Like, we had cars, but we didn't have the nicest cars. We owned a home, but we didn't have a big mansion, and we did what mattered. You know, I went to Morocco and saw my family almost every year growing up, and I went to the Philippines as well, and I saw my parents sacrifice a lot. And I said, this is what I want to do for them for once. You know, for 50+ years, they've been working their butts off, and now I want to give back. So that was my driving force. And it still is my driving force because I still want to give more to them. And that's what made me go harder, because it's sometimes easy, most of the time it's easy to disappoint ourselves. Do you agree? Like, you can lie to yourself all the time and it's not a big deal. Oh, I'll go to the gym in an hour goes by. Oh, I'll go to the gym in another hour goes by. I'll just go tomorrow, and you never go tomorrow. And it's not even a big deal for us to lie to ourselves. So when we don't reach a goal that we had gone for years and years, sometimes it's not that big of a deal. But when you have an external factor, when you have an outside source, and you promise them something, and it's that person that you would die for, when you put that out there, it's like, I gotta reach this. I gotta achieve this, whether it's your kids or family members or parents or your spouse or whatever. It's like, I gotta reach this because it's not only for me, it's for this other person. So for 4 years now, that's been my driving force, is my parents. And when I hit Get Team, it was great. And it was enough financial stability to take care of Leila, right? It was enough financial stability to pay my bills, but it wasn't enough to help my parents. And then Mill Team happened. And that's the game changer. I'm telling you guys, Mill Team is the game changer. Press Team is amazing, and I can't wait to hit Press Team. I can't wait to hit Press Team. But when you hit the Millionaire Team status, and that financial freedom is no longer financial stability, it's financial freedom. How much you earn is way more than what your bills are if you learn how to live below your means. Because there are definitely millionaire team members who are still broke, right? It's really, it doesn't matter how much you make, but for me, it was reaching, that number for me was 10,000 a month. I said, if I hit 10,000 a month, that's the number where I can take care of myself, with my future, and take care of my parents. And it's been that way. I've been able to financially support them now for over almost 2 years. And it's, and there's something amazing that happens, not only for myself and the belief that I have in my family and the company and what I want to do, but for how much more I want to give them, and then how much I want my team to give whoever their parents are, right? Whoever that external factor is for them. And I'm telling you guys, it didn't happen overnight. And there were so many struggles, and I would say in the last 4 years was the most I had ever grown as a person. Because when you are forced to face you, and you can't hide behind, the job or the excuses or whatever you want to call it, you're forced to grow. And I had never done personal development like I've done in Herbalife, ever. Has anyone ever done personal development like they've done in Herbalife? No, right? It's crazy. And I think, again, patience is the biggest thing. So when I started making that transition to, I'm not doing Boston anymore, I'm doing Herbalife. And it was also, how do I want to be in Herbalife? I'm building this new career. It's what type of Herbalife do I want to be? And I knew as much as I want a family and as much as I want to, have that life, I knew that I wanted to have a very impactful role in the company and in the Addy organization and the company. And I knew there was a certain person that I had to be in order to do that, and it was coachable. I had to be coachable. And when I first started, all of us were in the Addy, under the Addy org group. All of us, all of us. Yeah. In the Culver City office. Who started in the Culver City office? Awesome. Yeah, it was you. And so I told Mark, I said, this is it. I chose Herbalife. And he was like, and then all of his real opinions was like, I know, you're telling me you wanted this. I'm like, girl, lawyer can't have that. And it was great because then we got on board. And he goes, all right, do you want this? I said, I want this. He goes, you're telling me you want this. I'm going to mentor you like you want it. Your actions show you want it, so I'm going to mentor you like you want it. So he was hard on me, you guys. It was not like, how are you? Oh, you can't come today. Oh, it's okay. No, it's like, you wanted this, you gave up law school, let's go. And I trusted in him to be that hard on me. Because I knew he was really my father figure. He was that tough love type of guy. And I wasn't, as much as it hurt sometimes to really be faced with my truth, put myself in front of the mirror and say, wow, Lily, you haven't done anything that really exudes your leadership, or you say you want press team, your actions today didn't show that you want press team. But I was coachable. I knew that I needed it. And then Jill was my, there's such a great partnership. Jill was my person who showed me you can have it all, and this is why you want to do what you want to do. It reminded me when times got tough, this is why you gave up law. This is why. So from the get-go, I knew that I had to be a yes. In order to build my own business, but to be a contribution to the office, I knew I had to be a yes. And whatever he told me to do, I did it. I said, who am I to, this guy has been in Herbalife 5 years before I was. And how do I know better? I mean, there maybe are some things in life that I might know more of, but he has the experience, he has the wisdom that I don't have because of him reaching president's team in 5 years in Herbalife. So I just followed. I followed the whole book. I just followed the guidelines. And the cool thing was, he said, Leila, find your niche. He said, we have this huge office. We have have this huge organization, but what are you good at? What did you used to do? And I thought, well, I was a teacher. I taught middle school for 2 years before applying to law school. And I said, I'm really good at teaching and being part of the room and like landing points for people. And he said, okay, great. Well, we have our class AB trainers. Do you guys remember that? So Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, from 12 to 1, we would have these class A, class B trainings. Class A was, brand new person, products, things like that. Class B was you had to do qualified producer and above, and we talked about more like extensive techniques of business. And I started to go, first of all, I went when I was new to learn. And I remember people like Susan, like people, Tracy were like running the classes. And then I said, well, I want to contribute to that. And so I took on the scheduling. I said, okay, well, these are the coaches that are training these classes, so I'm going to call them up and I'm going to do the calendar. And then I started developing the content. I said, okay, this is cool, but times have a little bit shifted, so what if we talked about this? And the only reason that I knew what was relevant to talk about was I was so involved in the business. And I was personally producing and building my own team. So in order for you to have a pulse in what your team needs and what the office, Long Beach needs, is are you being relevant in your own business, right? Because, by the way, Herbalife is now a consumption-based model. We're now healthy, active lifestyle. When I came in, as long as the rest of these guys, it was not. It was like cold market business. We run ads. We have 4K supervisors. We tell you you got to put thousands of dollars worth of product on your shelf and move it as fast as you can. We don't do that anymore. And the marketing plan is actually changing by the end of this year. And I had to stay relevant in order to understand that. So if you want to stay relevant, and we're going to get to this in a minute, but are you building your client base? Do you have a consumption-based model? Are you getting a professional of your life? Do you have confidence in the product? Do you have a new before and after photo? If your after photos from 6 months ago, a year ago, they're not relevant anymore, right? You gotta stay relevant. So when I decided to take that on, I said, okay, so this is my niche. And I'm telling you, that one, Laura Holloway still talks about it today. Leila became a leader because she took over class A training. So what are you going to become a leader on that's going to build the rest of your business? And honestly, the class A trainings had a lot to do with my business, but then they didn't. It was honestly just a flow, and I made a name for myself. Leila became a leader because of the class A training. So what are you becoming a leader on? Right? Are you good at the workouts? Are you good at speaking in front of the room? Are you good at the intimate conversations, the one-on-one teachings? Are you good at invites? Are you good at results? And that's what's going to make your name in this new region. What are you good at? And then master it and own it. And you get to just choose something. Like, if you're not good at fitness, but you want to be, say, I'm good at fitness, and then go be good at fitness. Just name it, and you get to own it. And I had no idea what the trainings were about, but I was willing to learn it. So that was like my forte, and I took ownership of that forte. And we didn't see the vision or the future of the organization, but then all of a sudden, there were 300, 400 people at our fit clubs, and there was no way that we got to stay in one place. It was so intimidating for a brand new person. Imagine you being a brand new person walking into a 400-person fit club, right? You're just a number. Yo would love that. But then all of a sudden we expanded, right? Jerry opened up his own nutrition club. You guys expanded to Long Beach. Sal opened up his own nutrition club. Laura and Brian opened up their own nutrition club. And then it was back to the drawing board. And thank God I was already in that take ownership, contribution, being a yes, coach role, because I already had that experience of expansion. I had that experience of ownership and building an office. And the cool thing is I'm so relating to you guys because we're building a brand new region again. We're building a brand new office. We're in the city, and it's my line and Jake's line. Jake, Kevin, Melissa, and then me, and year and all that. That's all. So our fit clubs are back to, which isn't small at all, but 50 people, which is a great number. But compared to 400, right? Our supervisor schools are like maybe 30 to 40 people, which is great, compared to over 100. So it's like we're starting over again, and I had to reevaluate, and my leadership got challenged again, and it was like I couldn't hide anymore. And the cool thing is for you guys, it's like there's no way for you to hide. You got 2 rows of supervisors in an amazing supervisor school. This is your very first supervisor school, and you get to really set the tone. You get to set the tone. You are the Jake, the Heather, the Mark and Jill of Long Beach, right? Like 7 or 8 years ago, this is how they started. It was Mark and Jill, and then it was Jake and Heather, and then they locked arms. They said, we're not going anywhere. We're doing this no matter what. Look, they're all 15K and above presidency members. Who wants that, right? And it took that because they were willing to come early before anybody else, stay late after everybody left. They took out the trash, and they did the HOs, and they did the trainings, and they cleaned the bathrooms. Yes. And they just stuck in the game. And that's, again, where this theme of patience comes in. You guys are building a brand new city. Will you see the fruits of the labor right away? No, but that's okay. Especially with this consumption-based model, it's not going to show up right away. But I tell you guys, I tell my team that too. Imagine 5 years from now, again, I'm a visionary, I'm a very futuristic person. Imagine 5 years from now, Long Beach, you have your own nutrition center. You have this big facility where you have 100+ people at your fit camp. You're traveling the country, even the world, training because of you guys opening up your own region, and all of you are presidents team. All of you making minimum $20,000+ a month. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Yes.
But it starts today. And it isn't, it's where you don't waver from your truth. If it sounds good, then do it. If it feels good, then do it. If the vision of it seems good, then do it. Because it doesn't matter how hard it gets. You will come out on top if you come out. If you come out and you just don't give up. Right? And it's going to take long nights, long days. It's not going to be easy. It's totally not going to be easy. And how you do that is, like I said, there's so many lines representing this region, and just like in Culver City, there are a couple lines represented there. And it's like taking that out of your awareness. It doesn't even matter. Whoever walks through that door, they're your person, they're your person, they're your person. Whatever coach comes to you for help, they're your coach, they're your coach, they're your coach. It's not who's your mentor, go ask them. No, we don't play that game. Not when you want to build a new region. All of you are each other's mentors. It doesn't matter if you've been in it for 5 years or 2 months. All of you are each other's mentors. It's so beautiful to bring to the table. And when you get that into your, literally into your truth, like we are all one team, we are all one family, it's a wrap. We're going to build it. So, something that, time check.
8:05.
8:05, what are we going to say? 8:30. 8:30. Something that we even in Culver City realized is we've now been expanded for, I don't even know, like 6-7 months, and we didn't even have our core values. We didn't even have our standards. And we were wondering, why is there a breakdown? Because there were many breakdowns. Why is there a miscommunication in the vision of the office? And it wasn't until we realized, what do we believe in? Like, what is our vision? What do we really breathe into this space? What is our intention for people to walk through this room? So then we created our core values about maybe like 4 or 5 months ago. Created a mission statement. And our core values are fun, honor, collaboration, contribution, opportunity. And I know that you guys have awesome core values too, and that's really the basis of what you operate from. And now it's what are your standards? So we just, and I'm telling you guys, like fresh off the boat, we just created our standards on Tuesday. Just created our standards. So it's not like I know it all, we're figuring it out. I'm like, let me tell you what I learned, let me tell you what I learned. But we just created our standards on Tuesday, and we started with the TAB standards, TAB team, or leadership, TAB/leadership team. And so you guys have your own leadership team too. And it's a young group. So a couple of you are TAB, and you're stepping into TAB, but you really have leadership as TAB members. And some standards just to kind of share with you are punctuality, right? Being on time to everything. Another standard is like little things like appropriate attire, or another standard is showing up in contribution, paying, if you're a TAB member, paying rent on time, pushing money on time, has something called speakers boot camp, like the trainings that you have, you want to speak in front of the room, you do the camps that we offer. So there is no question on who gets to do what, or what you look like when you show up. It's the standards. We're going to post them in the office, and everyone's on the same page. So just like Kristen opened up this morning, we now have a unified vision of what we want the motor office to look like. And we were talking about the Academy 2 standards, and how do you, if you want to build something strong, how do you build something strong on someone's body, right? And it's so important for you guys to really get that now, so that when you have your trainings of 50 to 100 people, this is the core group that got the standards and the core values down full. And it's like, and no matter what people come in, you know, if they go to Marcel, if they go to Stacy, if they go to Alicia, if they go to Kim, they're hearing the exact same thing. The message is so unified and so on point, and you guys are so connected that people are feeling like, wow, they're all on the same page. I'm being mentored the way that I could. I should. Yeah. So when we talk about unity, what does that mean to you guys? What are some words that come to your mind? Communication, family, same direction, one accord. Awesome. Love. That's a good one. Family, love, and my team knows I'm all about family and I'm all about love. And Kristen and I were talking about this too, but really build relationships outside of the office and outside of the facility. That's where everything's going to grow massively. When you know, Herbalife is one, and if you're in Herbalife and you live, breathe, sleep Herbalife, yes, but when you know someone outside of Herbalife, and when you know what their passions are outside of Herbalife, you know what they love to do outside of Herbalife, and what music they like to listen to, and how many siblings they have, and what their parents' story is, and where they're from, and where do they like to travel, and what books do they like to read, and what type of conversations do they like to have. It's so much easier to have that challenging conversation when it comes to the business. It pays off. If you know someone to the core of who they are, you can talk to them like friend to friend. I look like them. This is a challenging conversation. I know I love you, and I gotta be real with you right now. There's no beating around the bush. You guys get to be real with each other. But it's like, I love how Yo even said this at a team meeting one time. He said, giving someone feedback is like a bank account, right? Remember that? Can you share that actually?
So when you're every relationship that you have in life is like a bank account, and bank accounts are made up of a series of deposits and withdrawals. And so when it comes to a relationship, if you haven't made any deposits, any emotional deposits with that person, so to Leila's point, spending some time outside of Herbalife, knowing some about the family and your kids, what have you, it's very difficult to make a withdrawal to give constructive feedback. Because if you haven't made deposits, you make a withdrawal, you're going to overdraw the bank account, and then there's going to be fees, and there's going to be charges, and then it takes longer for you. You have to put in more deposits just to build it back up. And sometimes the person just closes the account.
So I do want to switch gears real quick, but does that sound good? Yeah. Really the
Yeah.
foundation. So we now have the foundation, we have the core values, we have the standards, we have the trust and the relationship. Now, how do we get people in here? Right? How do we get people in the room? And like I said, Herbalife has switched to a consumption-based model. And for those of you that are new in the room, you're like, it's a consumption-based model. I walked into it, and I got results, and that's why I'm here. Who started as a client, by the way? Right? All the newer people too. Yeah, it's Stacy. So now, like I said, Herbalife was massively a business model 4+ years ago. And now it's a completely consumption-based model. And you can tell with your volume, like every month you can tell, okay, everyone's about to reorder, so my volume's about to increase. But that's the only way that you can really what's it called? Predict it. Back then, your volume could jump like 3,000 points. You're like, what is this? What's going on? But now it's your clients are eating the products and then they reorder. They eat the products and then they reorder. And then your coaches, supervisor, same thing. Their clients are eating the products. So what we talked about in the academy was something called buckets. And I did a supervisor school a few weeks ago called the impact bucket. And it starts with bucket number 1, which is your full client. So I'll draw it out for you guys. So your first bucket is your full retail clients or results, right? This is the very first bucket that you want to fill completely. And if you've been in the business for a little bit, great, refill it, but you always want to keep this bucket full. How many full retail, you're 100% giving them the full retail price, clients are you getting per month? And I know there's a lot of you who are doing an incredible job on building your client base. Keep doing it. How does that happen? By you getting in the best shape of your life. So write down, get my new after photo. Get my new after photo. Get to really get so obsessed with the products. I love what J.K. Mikowski said at Extravaganza. He said, I'm not asking my people to get abs, but what I'm saying is we're taking the #1 nutrition products in the world. So let's look like we're taking the #1 nutrition products in the world. And for somebody who is, say 100 pounds overweight and they lose 30, 40, 50 pounds, they're still looking like they're taking the #1 nutrition products in the world. They might not have like a fitness model body, but that's not what we're asking people. We're asking people in your definition of level 10, get it. Get in your definition of level 10. When you do that, no one can waver from your before and after photo. That before and after photo gives you so much confidence that you can literally take anything from anyone and say, great, that's your opinion, look at my photo. Great, that's your opinion, look at the 30 people I directly impacted, look at their photos. And it's going to give you that confidence to be like, okay, your no, he means not right now. Your no means not right now. They always come back, I promise you. They always come back, and they're always watching you. So you have your full retail buckets, and then your next bucket is your wholesale or VIP clients. So you have your clients, and your clients are going to become your best coaches. Hands down, your clients are going to become your best coaches. They may not see that right now, so I wouldn't necessarily say you're going to be an amazing coach because they look at you as an amazing coach, and that might, in my experience, it scared people because I have said that, and it scared people before. No, there's no way I can do what you do. I just want to lose 50 pounds. But they're going to inadvertently become a coach by getting your friends and family on board, and then they get more level 10 results. So what I do is say for retail client, I've been now using this 2-week program, and my 2-week program is 1 Formula 1, 1 protein, 1 small tea, 1 salad box. And I have them on it for 2 weeks, and then I have them double up. on the cellulose and the tea. So in 2 weeks, they get an amazing result, kind of like accelerates the process. 2 weeks, they get an amazing result. Oh my God, I want more. This looks amazing. And then I said, you know what? You send me your photos every single meal. We've been talking a couple times a week. You've been sending me your progress photos every single week. You've earned the VIP membership status. It's $70 one time. You'll get a 25% savings. It's kind of like a credit card reward system. The more you buy, the more your discount goes up to 50%. And also be your coach. It's going to be exciting. How does that sound? Awesome. Yes, let's do it. So then they move into this bucket, the VIP client bucket. And then you'll have your full retail clients that turn into VIP, that stay VIP forever. So like the 12-month supervisor, she loves the product. She's never going to quit. Stable volume. That is your stable volume. Every single month, if you have 10 plus VIP clients that are putting in 2 to 3 to 400 volume points every single month, that's so stable. It's like 4,000 volume points a month just from your VIP clients. And then you also have your VIP clients who hit senior consultant, and then they say, oh my gosh, this is amazing. What's the next step? 42%. Well, how do I get that? 2,500 volume points in less than 3 months. How do I do that? I don't need 2,500 volume points in a month. Well, who noticed your results? Oh, my coworkers. Okay, great. Let's get them on the phone. Freeway. Boom. They're excited. You tell them to download Venmo, whatever, PayPal, Square, and then they become a coach, right? So then they move into Herbalife member. So now they're no longer a VIP client. They're excited to get to supervisor. They're excited to make a difference. They're excited to pay it forward. And then now they're actively working every single month to build a team, to build a client base, and to move up. So that, once they hit supervisor, this is you. They become your royalty check, you guys. And then they're working towards $2,500 a month. Then they become your frontline active supervisor. And you do it over and over and over again. And you have your 3-stone pin, your 5-stone pin, your 7-stone pin, your 10-stone pin. Because you've been filling your buckets and then they move into your world. Sound good?
Yeah.
Yes. So going back to the very beginning, none of this happens unless you have your amazing results. And actually that's another standard we have. Like you guys literally, and I don't say it to sound mean, but you don't put people up in front of the room that don't look like your after photo anymore. That's so inauthentic. If you have someone in front of the room and then their after photo shows up and they're bigger than their after photo, that is so inauthentic. It is not representing who we are as a company. It's showing, wow, okay, it's a diet, you lose it, you get it back, you're not consistent. Well, they're not even on the products, whatever. So it's really, it starts here. And then it moves on to your relationship. Cool? Yeah. So we've talked about a lot today. I've shared my story with you, and really just to tie it into you guys building Long Beach, and Long Beach is going to be such an incredible new region. You got STS right around the corner. I'm so jealous of you guys. I'm so jealous. I just want to North Hollywood. But
You guys invite me.
oh my God. But so STS, right? Just to yeah. So I just want to talk about one more thing is August 23rd.
Yeah.
STS. Who's the guest speaker?
Dennis.
If you didn't know that, that's already a problem. Seriously. If you didn't know who the guest speaker was, you already have a problem. This is what I do. I would go into Herbalife.com where research Dennis Dowdell. If you don't personally know him, research him, right? 30K or 20K chief executive presidency member, 1 diamond from Chairman's Club, been in the business for over 30 years, personally worked with Mark Hughes. He's honestly, in my opinion, the next Jim Rohn of our business. He's such an amazing speaker, personally developed. He has so much wisdom and experience that no one can ever match with who has been in the business just, the little bit time that we have. So by the way, that shows longevity. That definitely shows patience, right? It shows to never, ever, ever quit. And he is such a sweet man. I've had a few interactions with him myself. I don't personally call him and hang out with him, but we've had a few interactions, and he is just, when he talks, there's going to be a room where a brand new arena, right? A brand new room. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to have the feel of an event, not like a hotel room, like of an event. It's going to be massive, and he still has the skill of making me feel like he can talk to every single person one-on-one. So, STS. Number one, are you going? And if you had to think about that, there's what? A problem. No problem. If you had to think about that, you just get to get clear. I don't think there's a problem, but you just have to get clear. I look at you guys and you're here on a Saturday morning. And in my eyes, you're ready to build this thing. You're excited to be a part of a big mission. And you see the vision of where this can go. And Herbalife is an events-based business. That's what I was taught. That's what we were taught way back when. It's not about only the fit clubs, only being here at your local space, but it's getting people to the big events to show them the big picture, to show them the vision. So August 23rd, STS will be there. What we teach is also 5 NFL, 5 new frontline. And when you count your numbers like that and you really track your numbers, how many new people are you having at each event? 5 new frontline, and then how many total frontline do you have, and then how many total organizations do you have? Track that every single month. And it's cool. Mark showed me his tracker from when I first started from 5-6 years ago. And he showed me how his numbers grew. It's really cool. Just check back and see how your numbers grow. And if your numbers are growing, then you're doing great in building that royalty championship. So not only do you guys have an advantage of this amazing space, but you have Long Beach STS, like literally right next door. And I would say you guys are going to be the #1 group to have the most people there. And it's just declaring it. It's just declaring it. But one of the personal development things that I learned recently was we all have negative thoughts. Either it's about our body or about our career, about our goals, but as long as we don't say them out loud, it makes the biggest difference. And instead, take that negative thought, switch it into the exact opposite of what you want to push and say and declare. And so don't think you're, a bad person because you have the negative thoughts. We all have them. That's just being human. We all have them. Just don't speak it into existence. So that's pretty much all that I had. The impact buckets were huge. This is going to be something that we're definitely planning on rolling out board-wide, really just before we tell the results, the wholesale, the royalty check, and that's really the new way of building the business, and I'm so excited about it. And those of you who came in as clients, it's like, it's the norm for you, and I'm excited for you guys. And I just really want to say I'm so honored. Thank you for having me here. It's been a complete pleasure to be here and tell you my story. And I'm so excited to come back and see these numbers grow like crazy. Okay? Yeah. Thank you, everybody.
You guys fire up? Yeah. It is 8:26. Does someone want to open the door and see if we have anybody outside? Woo! Yeah. How jacked up are you guys for first ever supervisor?
Woo!
Yeah.
The first supervisor school I went to, there were 7 people in the program.
Yeah. I think the first one I went to was
10
in
people here. We had 10 people here.
crazy. My very first supervisor school was Mark Addy teaching us how to close the bathroom door during the HOM so it didn't click. He was like, okay guys, so here's how you do it, right? You get the door, and you gotta close the door, but when you do it, you gotta turn the handle first. Yeah. So that when you close the door, it doesn't click. And then you let the handle